Hey everyone, and welcome to what is now being dubbed Bloody Sunday in the crypto world. Overnight, Bitcoin had a flash crash where it dropped over $7,000 in a matter of minutes. Now there's wild speculation as to just why that happened, and I'm going to go over some of that in this video, but I'm also going to talk about is now the actual best time to buy. We're going to talk about some other things that could be signaling actual strength. And not just Bitcoin, but in crypto as a whole. Hey everyone, my name is Randy. Welcome back to the Late Night Grind. In this YouTube channel, I am covering crypto news, investment markets, personal finance, and stimulus check updates. So if any of those topics interest you at all, go ahead, click the subscribe button. Don't forget to tap that bell notification icon. And if you're feeling generous, I'd really appreciate a big thumbs up on this video. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm and a new YouTube channel like this. All right, guys, well, let's get into it. So at approximately 3:17 a.m., Bitcoin hit $58,000 on the nose. What happened then was a meteoric crash. Well, at least it looks like that on the chart. Now, if you look at the chart behind me, it's all red. All the crypto is red. Now it's very striking, and this typically happens whenever Bitcoin has a major move up. Altcoins tend to follow, but there's a few that don't. And when Bitcoin has a large crash or a significant movement down, the altcoins, most of them follow suit, but not all of them. So in a matter of minutes, it crashed about $6,000 over the span of the major dip. I believe it was close to $7,000. And I find a couple of things interesting because a lot of people are now coming out with theories as to why it happened. I saw a theory that there was a blackout in China, which in a major region that actually has tons of Bitcoin miners. So for a period of time, a ton of Bitcoin miners went black. Now that does affect some things, and it can affect hash rate, which was actually one of the things affected. And hash rate basically is just the volatility, how fast and how stable the Bitcoin, the currency, is. And it was affected, but only during a small period of time. And as somebody else pointed out that I was just reading about, the hash rate doesn't necessarily affect price unless people got spooked and decided to sell because they didn't know what this outage would cause or what the drop in hash rate would actually cause. The thing is, hash rate overall has been following the trend of the Bitcoin price, which is up. And of course, if you couple that with the wild bullishness that's been going on with crypto as a whole, and especially Bitcoin, a lot of people think, well, the whales are just taking advantage of people that are leveraged with their money with Bitcoin. And a few of the technical analysts that I watch really dug into this, and they think it certainly could have been some major whales deciding to dump because they can actually build into their algorithm that if the hash rate hits a certain point and the price of Bitcoin hits a certain point at a certain time and certain things are in place, that it actually hits that sell trigger. And it looks like something like that could have happened because it was not a slow sell-off. This looked like it hit 58,000 on the dot and dropped. That to me triggers a sell-off where somebody says if it goes below 58,000, sell. Now that's popular in the stock market, and it's also becoming popular in the crypto market as well. And I'm now making this video in the afternoon, and as we can see, Bitcoin has now been basically trading sideways. It obviously popped back up from that low of 51,000, and it's been kind of sitting between 55, 56,000 pretty much all morning and all afternoon. Now the thing is, if you're looking at Bitcoin from the outside, if you're not holding and panicking right now, if you're looking in from the outside, is this the dip that represents the best buying time for Bitcoin? Because as we look in the past, there have been 4 or 5 drops of 20% or more within the past 7 months. So this is really nothing new to Bitcoin, especially the stigma that Bitcoin has carried is its volatility. And even though it's not at $400 anymore or $1,000 anymore, it's at $55,000, it still carries significant volatility. But one of the things that also creates is typically more volatility means more upside. And there's a bunch of people in the crypto YouTube space, and some of them are more technical and some of them are more fundamental. And it seems like there's a lot of consensus that, at least as of right now, they have absolutely no doubt that Bitcoin is going to skyrocket for the rest of the year before this turns into a bear market, which means the price is going to come down along with all the altcoins. And a lot of speculators have been saying that Bitcoin to 100,000 this year is pretty much a no-brainer. They really expect that to be the bottom line, that it'll hit 100,000. That again is a bet. But yet I've seen others that are predicting 250, 300, even 350,000 by the end of the year before it turns into a bear market and consolidates down potentially as much as 75%. Because again, Bitcoin has already seen that in the past, in several instances. So is right now the best time to get into Bitcoin, or maybe there's some other coins that you've been eyeing up that makes more sense? Now, of course, the one that was unaffected the whole time was our most favorite crypto, Dogecoin. Yes, that's right. Even as Bitcoin plummeted off the cliff, Dogecoin took a look down and then kept right back on going up. Thank you, Mr. Elon Musk. I really don't know what the point is of keeping Dogecoin around. It's kind of fun for the crypto community to watch. But if you're from the outside and you're trying to figure out if this whole Bitcoin thing, this whole crypto community is for real, I don't think Dogecoin helps. Once they learn that it's absolutely worthless and means nothing. That is, unless you actually have Dogecoin in your crypto wallet. There's a few others as well that were not quite as affected, and VeChain was one of them. Again, took a look down, same as Dogecoin, and climbed back up to almost what it was before the major Bitcoin cliff. Solana, ATP, and a few others also didn't have much of an effect, as Bitcoin dominance, as we can see, has actually been dropping. It's been hovering around 55%. Now it's closer to 51%. And basically what that means is when you look at the total market cap of crypto as a whole, Bitcoin for the longest time had a huge percentage of it. Now it's starting to shrink, which means as Bitcoin has these 20% drops or 25% drops or potentially 75% drops, if you look at a course of an entire bear market, things like altcoins, the ones that were typically closely tied to what happened to Bitcoin, don't have the same reaction anymore because they're now standing on their own merits. Now, this is good for crypto as a whole. This is good for the value holders of those coins. And so when things like this happen, my prediction is that there's going to be a whole new market of people that look at coins that are unaffected by Bitcoin price drops. And those coins, and to see if their use cases are just as strong as Bitcoin's or even stronger. And if so, you may find your next 10x gem. I'm going to keep watching these the rest of the day. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Like I said, if you're new to this channel, The Late Night Grind, go ahead and click that subscribe button if you're interested in the crypto space, financial markets, personal finance, and of course, stimulus checks. Is the government just going to be continually handing out money? All right, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate a big thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next video.